Welcome to the new episode of the How To podcast. In today's podcast, you will find out how to practice irregular verbs. Make sure you listen all the way through. So let's get started.
Tip 1. Make flashcards to help yourself remember. Write the infinitive of the verb on one side, which means to plus the present tense. On the other side, write the past tense of the word. Use the cards to quiz yourself. You could also place the past participle on the back as well.
Tip 2. Practice using irregular verbs in sentences. Each week, focus on a set number of irregular verbs, such as 10. Practice using each one in a sentence. Write a sentence each for the present tense, the past tense, and the past participle. Using irregular verbs in sentences will help solidify them in your mind.
Tip 3. Play games online to practice irregular verbs. Use online resources to help you get in as much practice as possible. While most of the games are simple, they will help you become familiar with common irregular verbs.
Tip 4. Download apps to learn irregular verbs. Some apps turn learning irregular verbs into a game. Once the app is on your phone or tablet, play the game to start reinforcing your verbs. For instance, try the app English Irregular Verbs.
Tip 5. Try quizzes and tests online to see how much you know. Tests online may be multiple choice, or they may just ask you to fill in the past tense. Either way, they can help you see how much you've learned and how much you still need to learn.
Tip 6. Make a note of irregular verbs when you see or hear them. As you're reading or listening, pay attention when irregular verbs are used. You'll notice them because the sentence will be in past tense, but the verb won't end in -ed. Use context clues to help you. If the whole passage is in past tense, then the sentence you're reading is likely in past tense, too, even if the verb doesn't have ed at the end.
Tip 7. Look up words when you don't know the past tense. If you're unsure whether a verb is irregular or not, look it up in the dictionary. A dictionary entry will provide the past tense and past participle of the word so you can decide if it's irregular or regular. Some dictionaries only list the past tense if the verb is irregular.
Well, that's all for today's episode of the How To podcast. You will find useful links to irregular verb games in the description below. Thanks for stopping by. Join again next time for new interesting episodes.